Was the king helpless? That's the question at the heart of one of history's most dramatic showdowns between earthly power and divine intervention. This is the story of Daniel, a man whose faith was so unshakable that even lions couldn't touch him. And it starts not in a den, but in a palace where excellence made enemies. Daniel distinguished himself above every other administrator in the Persian Empire. His work was flawless, his integrity unquestionable. King Darius saw this and planned to set him over the entire kingdom. But excellence breeds envy. The other officials searched desperately for something, anything, to use against Daniel. Corruption? None. Negligence? Not a trace. So they went looking in the one place they knew they'd find him, on his knees. Daniel prayed 3 times a day, windows open toward Jerusalem, faithful as sunrise. His rivals saw their opportunity. If they couldn't beat his character, they'd criminalize his devotion. And before we go further, please like, share, and subscribe to support more stories like this one. They crafted a decree and brought it to the king. For 30 days, anyone who prayed to any god or man except Darius would be thrown to the lions. The king, flattered and unaware, sealed it into law. The trap was set. Daniel heard about the decree. He knew exactly what it meant, and he went home, opened his windows, and prayed. 3 times that day. Just like always, not in secret, not in compromise. He didn't hide his faith to save his skin. This wasn't recklessness, this was trust. He asked God for help, fully aware that men were watching, waiting to pounce. They found him, of course. They dragged him before the king with the evidence of his crime. And here's where the helplessness begins. Darius was devastated. He spent the entire day trying to find a loophole, a legal escape. But the law of the Medes and Persians could not be revoked. Even a king, with all his power, all his authority, couldn't save the man he admired most. At sunset, they brought Daniel to the den. The king sealed it with his own ring, making Daniel's fate official and unchangeable. The king couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't be comforted. At first light, he ran to the den and cried out,
"Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God been able to save you?"
My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths.
The stone was rolled away. Daniel walked out without a scratch, not a claw mark, not a tooth print. The lions, hungry and fierce, had been rendered harmless by a power the king could never wield. God showed his superiority that night, not just over lions, but over laws, over empires, over every force that sets itself against his people. The king issued a new decree. Everyone in his kingdom must fear and reverence the God of Daniel. Because this God delivers. This God rescues. This God defends those who trust him, even when kings are helpless to help. Was the king helpless? Yes. Completely. And that's exactly the point. When human power runs out, divine power shows up. God shut the mouths of lions for Daniel, and he can do it again for you, for anyone who trusts him. Trust him. He's never been helpless.